All right, guys, I am pausing this project midway through to just give a quick update, and mostly for my own educational documentation. I'm transitioning my garden between seasons here. I obviously have these massively overgrown bolted brassicas. These are each different, an isolated individual kale plant, right? This is all lacinato kale. I had some Brussels sprouts growing. I still have Brussels sprouts that are in the ground over there. I'll probably pull those out. I loved growing them. I didn't eat very many because they just became so plague ridden, and it just wasn't, it was a little silly. It was a little silly, but super fun to grow. And they are, I have to say, those Brussels sprouts were like trees. To cut them out, I feel bad. I'm leaving the roots in the ground because maybe the plant will bounce back. I've actually had that happen with kale a number of times. You can top it, right? You can cut it at the stem and it will emerge back. You cannot see, but there's actually several smaller kale plants in there that have come back in that exact fashion. My dilemma, however, is that several of these kale plants are highly aphid infested. And the issue, the plant is fine, I just don't want to eat it, right? So the issue for me, though, is I've wanted to let them flower for the pollinators. I've wanted to let them go to seed to potentially collect their seeds. But the longer I leave them here, the more aphids they harbor. They're still a long ways off from drying these seed pods for me to actually collect the seeds to use, which is what I would love to do, is just harvest my own seeds to not have to buy kale seeds ever again. And, you know, in the meantime, I have plants I need to get into the ground that need this space, right? And that will grow well here. But I don't want to plant them under just like a snowfall of aphids all day. That'll quickly contaminate my baby plants. I also have this problem of some of these plants, like this beautiful specimen in front of us, is actually not very aphid infested. Some of these leaves are, or some of the flowers are, but the leaves themselves are very clean. I can still even eat and enjoy these, which is not the case for, well, this one's also kind of clean, but some of the ones over there, oh, it starts to get pretty messy aphidy. And look at, they're just falling over under their own weight. These trees, these kale are pretty incredible. So I need to make some space, and I'm just documenting that this is a gamble, because as I cut, I'm going to cut, not uproot, because I do have hope that the trees, you know, that the root system will forge another plant. And why not take advantage of that established root system to get another kale plant in a couple months? It's pretty cool. It will totally happen. So I want to see if I have an example of it down low. Yeah, you can't see, it's such a mess in here. You can't see, but anyway, there are examples of that. But the issue is, I'm going to cut some of these more aphid infested, and it's just sad to me to think that now the aphids will bounce over to the plants that have been clean for so long. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen, or they're going to attack my baby plants. I don't know, but I won't know until I try, and I don't have an option other than I got to act. I can't just not act. So here we are, the crossroads. Thanks for being along with the ride with me.